Hey boys and girls in the YouTube world. I got to make a correction to the front of this video here. The old book, Perfect Behavior, a guide for ladies and gentlemen in all social crisis, Ogden Stewart. I had looked at the crisis wrong. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm just, figuring, reading without reading, that the word was circles, but it's crisis. So now we'll continue to the rest of my comment and the reading from the book. How you doing, boys and girls in the YouTube world? Well, still waiting for the great storm to hit the northeast. I've noticed that the wind has changed direction out back about 4 times. First the leaves are blowing to the south, then I got rain blowing to the north. I don't know what's going on, but I'm digging around. I had a customer come today and I had to move a few things around. And the old books I spoke of in my previous video, I run across this book. It's called Perfect Behavior, a guide for ladies and gentlemen in all social circles, and it was written by Ogden Stewart. Copyright 1922. It has Perfect Behavior, the Etiquette of Courtship, and that's on page 20, and I'm going to try to read a few paragraphs. Hopefully I won't become too tongue-tied here, but we're going to try. The introduction in cases where you have no mutual friend to do the introducing is somewhat more difficult, but can generally be arranged as follows. Procure a few feet of stout manila rope or clothesline from any of the better class hardware stores. Ascertain, from the social registry preferably, the location of the young lady's residence and go there on some dark evening about 9 o'clock. Fasten the rope across the sidewalk in front of the residence about 6 inches or a foot from the ground. Then, with the aid of a match and some kerosene, set fire to the young lady's house in several places and retire behind a convenient tree. After some time, if she's at home, she will probably be forced to run out of her house to avoid being burned to death. In her excitement, she will fail to notice the rope which you have stretched across the sidewalk and will fall. This is your opportunity to obtain an introduction. Stepping up to her and touching your hat, politely you say in a well-modulated voice, "I beg your pardon, Miss Doe, but I cannot help noticing that you are lying prone on the sidewalk." If she is well-bred, she will not first speak to you, as you are a perfect stranger. This silence, however, should be your cue to once more tip your head and remark, "I realize, Miss Doe, that I have not had the honor of an introduction, but you will admit that you are lying prone on the sidewalk. Here's my card, and here's one for Mrs. Doe, your mother." At that, you should hand her 2 plain engraved calling cards, each containing your name and address. If there are any other ladies in her family, aunts, grandmothers, etc., it is correct to leave cards for them also. Be sure that the cards are clean, as the name on a calling card is generally sufficient for identification purposes without the addition of the thumbprint. When she has accepted your cards, she will give you one of hers, after which it will be perfectly correct to assist her to rise from the sidewalk. Do not, however, press your attentions further upon her at this time, but after expressing the proper regret over her misfortune, it would be well to bow and retire. Okay, what regret are we expressing on her misfortunes? That you just burnt her house down? Or you put a gig line across her sidewalk so she could trip and fall on her face? Oh my God, I just opened it up and saw this. I just open up an old book every now and then. I'm telling you, some of this stuff is just bizarre. I don't know if this is I don't know if I should read this book, if it's real or not, or if it's satire. It's just bizarre. And it goes on, cards and flowers. The next day, however, you should send flowers enclosing another one of your cards. It might be well to write some message on the card recalling the events of the preceding evening. Nothing intimate, but simply a reminder of your first meeting and a suggestion that you might possibly desire to continue the acquaintance. Quotations from poetry The better sort are always appropriate. Thus, on this occasion, it might be nice to write on the card accompanying the flowers, "This is the forest primeval, W.H. Longfellow," or take those lips away," by William Shakespeare. You will find that there are hundreds of lines equally appropriate for this and other occasions. And in the connection, it might be well to display a little originality at times by substituting pertinent verses of your own in place of the conventional quotations. For example, "This is the forest primeval. I regret your last evening's upheaval," shows the young lady in question that not only are you well read in classic poetry, but you also have no mean talent of your own. Holy shit. I gotta end now. I might just have to flip right through this. It continues on for several pages, about the meeting and how to get back together with the young woman that you tripped up outside after you burned her friggin' house down. Hey, this is Black Powder Bill out. I'll talk to you guys later. This is just unreal. Take care.